Good morning. It's another overcast, dark skies, gloomy type of morning this morning. So weather's not looking that great to start out with, but it's not actively raining right now. Well, it's like 7 o'clock, heading over to get one final breakfast over at the Denny's. And the goal is to kind of be packed out and ready to rock at 8. So we'll get some breakfast first. Alright, I'm all packed up and heading out. I'm heading out before Easy and Sprite. Those guys are slow rolling it a little bit. And today should be kind of interesting. First we got half a mile just to get back to where the CDT goes through town. And then looks like at least about 7 miles of road walking before we maybe get to be back in the woods for some trails. Weather forecast is pretty crap all day today. Right now it's showing light rain should be starting right about now, but not actively at the moment. But it's like 40% chance of rain all day. The weather's just gonna be crap. But we're aiming to do like 18 or 19 miles or so, I think. Gets us to first water source. What's kind of funny is I was initially thinking I was not gonna do the Mount Taylor alternate and trying to be sticking to the red line as much as practical. And it's just one of those moments where it's just not practical because all the water sources on the main red line that goes kind of around Mount Taylor, they're all showing either some dry or they're like little muddy messes or something. So there's better rain if you actually take the Mount Taylor route, which is kind of funny. So we're doing Mount Taylor because there's no water anywhere else. And then out at breakfast I met Nightcrawler. I'd heard that guy was around me. He's also YouTubing, so you may have seen his videos. But yeah, he's around here in Grants. He's dealing with some issues with his tent zippers are broken, so he's might be a little bit behind me now as he's stuck in Grants for a little. Anyway, we'll flip the camera around. We're doing some road walking. Hopefully don't get rained on. There's Pizza 9. I heard that place was good. Didn't get to try it though. Good pizza though, apparently. Here's our turn. We're gonna be crossing the road here at First Street, where the Pizza Hut's at. You know, it figures when they predict the most rain, of course nothing happens, and the skies are clearing and the sun's starting to come out. And now I'm just overheating, wearing my raincoat. Taylor's where we're headed. Here's our next turn. Taking a left on Lobo Canyon Road. I'm just noticing I'm passing the Mount Taylor Ranger Station, and they got some comfy looking picnic table bench or something outside, and I could use a sit-down break after a couple miles of road walking out of town, so I'm gonna sit down here for a minute. Back on the road walk after a nice little break, and the weather's getting better and better. Today is supposed to be nothing but rain. The weather forecasts around here suck. It's the exact opposite of what they always predict, so this is fine. This is the second major large prison complex in Grants. I passed one on the day we came into town. Now we're done with the road walk out of town. This is the Mount Taylor trailhead. It's about 11 o'clock, time for a lunch break. Weather right here is good, but that's all to the south. Lots of storms starting to build, thunder in the distance. And then off to the north, you can't really get a good look of it now, but there's a good storm building right there just to the north of us. I'm gonna get some food in me while I can before it starts dumping rain. Done with my quick lunch break, ready to get back on trail. I'm just gonna move as quick as I can, stay ahead of the weather. But none of my electronics are waterproof, so if I get dumped on, I'm just gonna have to stow everything. And the rain looks like it's slowly moving this way. We'll just kind of see as we get higher and higher, but it's all uphill from here. I think tonight we're up over 9,000 feet somewhere. It's something like 60 to 70% of all the uphill we're doing today is just in this 2-mile stretch from the trailhead parking lot. There's a lot of uphill. Well, made it to the top of the climb. That was a steep, rocky 2 miles from the trailhead. I need to take another break. Lots of rain dumping to the south of town. There's Grants out that way. There's the prison. I'm dodging the weather so far. The storm's moving slow, so if I do get dumped on, it could last quite a while. I'm back on trail for my little sit-down break. Looks like there's a little victory bell up here. What's nice is that we're done with that steep uphill bit. It should be pretty flat for a good ways. I don't even see where the top of Mount Taylor is supposed to be. Maybe it's over that way getting rained on right now. There's a little bit clearer view of where Mount Taylor is right ahead of us. Lots of rain right in front. Well, I'm getting right to the point where I'm starting to get sprinkled on with a little bit of rain from this storm that's right up to the north of me that I'm heading into. Starting to hear a couple of distant thunder rumblings. So probably what I should do is just stop here and hunker down. See if this stuff kind of dissipates over the next hour or so, instead of trudging right into it. So I think that's what I'm going to do, sit here for at least a little bit. Well, I took about a 45-minute break. Never got rained on really, light sprinkles. And I haven't heard any thunder in a little while. So I think the storm's moved off a little bit. I mean, it still looks unfriendly up there. I'm just gonna do 1 mile at a time and hunker down as necessary. Well, I still got cell service up here. I just got a weather update because that stuff looks terrible out in front of me. But it's all moving northeast, and I'm headed northeast. So it's moving away from me, not closer. So I'm gonna keep moving this way. There comes a point when you're just no longer surprised by what you see on trail in the middle of nowhere. Loving this forest up here. Absolutely beautiful, nice and quiet. All the storms are far enough away. Nothing's coming up behind us to threaten us right now, but I'm keeping an eye on it. And it's all flat. Nice and cruisy. Mount Taylor up ahead. It's up to 11,301. Nice view of it now without socked in the weather. That's it. Now we're starting to get some light rain now. The clouds aren't as bad as they were earlier, so hopefully this doesn't last too long. Well, it looks like the rain stopped. It might be on and off for a little bit. It still looks kind of gray, cloudy skies. But anyway, had some other guys have been around catch up and pass me. So we got Cornfed, Skunk, and Rumble. I haven't really introduced them on camera, but you may have seen them in some background clips. I think we're all going to end up at the same campsite together near a water source on the Mount Taylor alternate. Well, here we go. Made it to camp. The last 3 miles or so, it just rained on me pretty good, so I couldn't film any of that, obviously. Pretty wet. Got to camp here with some other guys. Made it to the destination for where we were aiming for. About a mile in off the Mount Taylor alternate, there's a water trough water source here. And what's cool is there were some beers in the water trough, so we got some Trail Magic beers with us too, so that's pretty cool. I'm just going to be cooking up dinner. I've got the instant mashed potatoes and some tuna packets. I got warm, dry clothes on. I'm going to try to stay dry. I think we'll be doing okay. Didn't look like this rain was going to be ending anytime soon, but usually it's been not raining in the mornings, and we're only a few miles from going up and over the summit of Mount Taylor, so we'll tackle all that in the morning. So, good luck for that. We'll see how it turns out. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all in the morning. Hey, good morning. Survived the night. It's currently not raining, partly cloudy. Probably the same type of weather as what we've had the last couple of days, to where we'll be good till like noon or so, and then pop-up thunderstorms will start appearing that we'll have to try to dodge again. Most likely we're getting rained on again. But we're like 3.5 miles to the top of Mount Taylor, so we'll get up and over that real quick this morning and just kind of push as far as we can, probably earlier in the day, and then I might get slowed down in the afternoon with the weather. We'll kind of see what it looks like. So we'll get finished packing up here and we'll be on trail here shortly. The trees are all changing. I think we're still only in the 9,000 something feet. Now we're off the dirt road now. Now is the part where it's going to start getting steeper and steeper as we get to the top of the mountain. Trees are starting to thin out. Now it's getting to the steepest part. There's looking back. Already getting great views. We still got a bit to go though. You see patchy snow, but 99% of the mountain's nice and clear. You can kind of see where the trail continues up, the final switchback towards the top Mount Taylor. Just a little bit further now. There's the top Mount Taylor, 11,301. There's out towards Grants. And off to the north. I'm still at the top of the mountain, taking a snack break. Trying to dry some stuff out. The rain flies the wettest, but it's getting there. We're starting to make our way down the backside of Mount Taylor. Just a couple patches of snow. I think we're following the ridge down the backside here for quite a ways. Next couple of miles or so. We finished up one quick descent. Snow wasn't too bad. I'm feeling there's going to be a lot of ups and downs between all the different little ridgeline peaks as we go. Definitely a little socked in the clouds though. This descent has way too much uphill. Oh, we're totally socked in the clouds and it's starting to hail. Well, the hail turned to light rain. It's been intermittent. We're still making our way down the mountain, though. We stopped for a little bit of a lunch break. The afternoon storms are starting to pop off. It's raining and distant thunder all around us. We're currently following this muddy dirt road. It's too muddy to walk in, so we're just kind of bushwhacking it alongside. And there are storms all over the place. We're chasing down one right in front of us, but we think that one's moving away from us also at the same time. There's one off to our right. Lightning strikes in the distance every once in a while, but so far it's safe enough. If stuff starts to get crazy, we'll hunker down as necessary somewhere, but we're still pushing. Only a couple more miles and we should come back up to the junction to get back onto the CDT. Well, we've been keeping an eye on the weather, and there's definitely thunder going on all around us in the distance, so we're all kind of hunkered down. It definitely looked like a storm was, one of them was approaching us and maybe potentially rolling over us there pretty soon. But we only got like 5 more miles to where we were intended to camp, and it's only like 1 o'clock or something, so we got plenty of time. So we're gonna hunker down for a little bit, see if a storm passes. Better safe than sorry, so this is what we're gonna be up to for the next little bit here. And well, just to update you all, so we sat tight as the storms were kind of moving on around us. It rained for light rain, but just continuous for a couple hours. We were checking weather forecasts, and it's just going to be the same. It's just going to be continuous rain kind of all through the rest of the afternoon into the night. So we went ahead and called it, and this is going to be as far as we're going for today. So it's nice just being drier than we were last night, which was definitely nice. So there's been a little break in the weather right now. It's just kind of barely coming down, so had some time to set up my tent. And probably starting dinner here in a little bit, get some food in me. I got all warm clothes. I'm doing good. We're not too far behind on the schedule, so we'll make up some miles for tomorrow and stuff. It kind of looks like, you know, you never really can tell for what the forecast is going to be, but it kind of looks like the weather's supposed to be better tomorrow, but we'll see. It's just been thunderstorms and raining for like the last week. It's kind of unusual, but I think that's going to be it for here. So I'm just going to go ahead and sign off. We'll be hiding in our tents for the next a while and trying to push more miles for tomorrow. So thanks for watching, and we will see you all in the next one.